Get in them guts and dig it down. Alright, we're gonna let people pull up. Let me fix this shit real quick. Right with the camera. They gonna get right with the camera. Alright, they better pop it. Top of the top. Rich Rising. Grand Rising. All that good shit. If you are just tuned in, make sure that you like and subscribe. Also, make sure you hit the bell button for the notifications so you can stay tuned to everything I drop, whether it's music wise or live wise. Make sure you tap all the way in to the top of the top. Grab your coffee, your mimosa, your orange juice, grab all that good shit. We here, we trying to do it. And I put Fendi on your feet. And today we're gonna be on Are You Doing Enough? These things that you're doing, is it enough? So we're gonna let that little, this is like intro music because it's a high vibration. So this is my song, 100 Floors Up. We live, man. We in this bitch. Are we doing enough? Feel me? Is we doing enough? That's what we on today. Is we doing enough? So grab your grab your coffee king, grab your mimosa, your orange juice, your tea, you know, your blunt, your joint. I'm on my last, but hey, this here's a stizzy. But that was big on my mind. Are we doing enough? Are you doing enough? I think that's the message for today. I went on deep on this yesterday, right? And I was deep in thought. And it's like, whether you currently in transition right now in your life, right? Because a lot of people was in transition from things. A lot of people moved across different states, right? A lot of people just got into new jobs. You know, a lot of people was finally ready to leave their house that they was in for years or a couple months and to a new place. So you're in a place of a transition, a place of change. A lot doing transitions, it's not always bump free. Like you motherfuckers think you finna go on a road like this and not a criminal bump free. And that's why I said, you know what? I have to start something for the kings out here. You feel me? For sure. Cause trip out. I want to start a group for the kings to come together, to congregate, right, and raise the elevation. Cause there's somebody right now that's going through some shit that's like this, my nigga. They ready to pull their head out and they don't have nobody to vent to. They have nobody to talk to, nobody to raise the vibration with, to look at these positive scenarios, right? That's on higher platforms, that's higher consciousness, ways of looking at what we're going through at the current moment. A lot of times you be in a test and don't even know it. How many times we failed our life test because we didn't know that we was in a test and we was ready to just wave the flag. You feel me? So these are the things like, are you doing some things that are not? So the positive coping mechanism that you probably learned, you probably not even utilizing, not even knowing that when you try to use them, some trauma from your past or your childhood pops up, prevents you from utilizing tools that you know about. You get what I'm trying to say? And so we end up doing shit that we really don't want to do. Then when you reflect, you say, oh shit, I did that in haste. Because what happens is, life show up at your doorstep and knock at your door, right? What happens? A person tends to do impulsive moves, impulsive decisions. They not moving off. Then that's when you ain't moving off spirit. You moving off and you don't know what the fuck to do. So now we gotta ask ourselves. See, yeah, that's the thing. Whole life be a test and niggas don't even know it. Whole life be a test. It's levels to it. See, when we achieve, this is how I look at it, right? Have you ever been in a test where you think it was a test like, oh damn, I'm getting tested right now? And then have you passed that and then watch how other doors open up just off that test, just off how you effortlessly glide through it? We're not gonna glide effortlessly through a lot of things because we gotta stop and pause. We gotta take in life too at the same time. We gotta take in, damn, how am I moving? We gotta question your moves. It's okay to question your moves. That's healthy, my nigga. It's healthy to question how you moving. Yesterday I sat here and thought, right, and I was getting it off my chest. This on everything I love. And I said, damn, I'm not okay with just existing around this motherfucker. See, we gotta get back to where we're not okay with just existing around this motherfucker. That's the only way where you're gonna question the narrative of what's going around in the universe. See, a lot of people, we done got acclimated to 9 to 5, clock in, come home, sleep. But when you keep repeating that cycle, you just existing around this motherfucker. You feel me? So yesterday I was in a state of like, nah, I had to look. Let me keep it 100 for the people that's tapped in, this king that's tapped in, and for all the viewers that's gonna tap in when I upload this live. Is that I was in a frequency, and I ain't gonna lie, I had to come out of a frequency of like, hold on, my nigga, what's going on? Because I was questioning, I was looking at this whole life and like, damn, they want us to wake up, go to work, come home, ooh, ooh. But then in all of that, we ain't discovered self. So because of self, it's like when we lack the energy for self, it's like we getting drained. And a lot of us that know, if you tapped into your inner spirit and some telling you like, man, you here for a lot of it, like you here for more, then you know that you have to do more. So I'm saying, well, we ain't doing enough. So what are some things that you're doing and what some things that you ain't doing? That's the thing that fucks you up. When you tap into your inner spirit, spirit will tell you, man, this ain't it, and you ain't doing enough. So then you have to ask yourself, what must be done or what can I do? Wait for the answer. Don't get impulsive. Sometimes you have to sit back. A lot of times when we come into this energy, you don't need distractions. You need to go take your walk. Or if you're in the house and you know family, you need to put the phones on. But a lot of times it's that sit with self that is needed. Because the road ain't gonna be less bumpy if you ignore it or if you don't ignore it. It's gonna be bumps in the road. You're gonna have a motherfucker pull up and sometimes you might get knocked down to get back up. That's the part of the game. The thing is how do you weather the storm? That's the question. People don't want to weather the storm. And it's easy to say, oh man, it'll get better for you. Oh, it's gonna get better. That was my whole thing. Like when people would tell me, oh man, but things will get better, or you know how you go on job interviews, shit don't pan out, and you keep applying, and life is like fuck, and you actually, because let me be very transparent. That's me. That's my life story. No one teaches us about how they write. No, that's the thing. Here, let me reiterate on that, King. Let me reiterate. I'm glad you brought that up, right? That's the thing when you have to be transparent. Because here's the thing. When you come across people and you're transparent, you'll find out there's men and women that share your same story. There's people the soul family, where you could pull up, right? Congregate with and raise the vibration. But when we lack transparency, right? Because we wasn't taught about that too with our lives, like you said, right? We was taught to internalize shit when you really think about it. And what makes us internalize things? Because when you be unfiltered and put your real shit out there, some things are demonized, or some people are you the villain. When you're being 100, are you the villain because you felt like you had to get it off your mother? Just think about it. How times in your family, y'all probably everything's going smoothly, somebody going good, the day going bomb, and then here you come with the bomb, here you come dropping the bomb. Actually, my day ain't going smooth. Actually, I'm fucked up right now. A lot of people ain't ready to hear that. Imagine everybody feel like they on a celestial motherfucking frequency. And here you come, King, with the bombshell. Nah, today ain't the day for me, actually. And you start getting it off. I come from where that's suppressed. Motherfucker don't want you to get it off. They want you to internalize it and walk around like you moping around this motherfucker. And that's where we got a lot of, especially in the Melanated Kings. You be the bag for telling the truth. Right. That's why in one of my other lives, I titled that, Why Do They Come for Unfiltered Truth? You know what I'm saying? We have to dig down to the core of these things. See, because that ties in, are you doing enough? See what I'm saying? It starts with not faking the funk. First of all, it starts with not faking the funk with spirit. Spirit you know what I mean? Spirit is like, if you ever do you know about your solar plexus chakra? The solar plexus chakra is like, I kind of titled that like it's like the pedometer on it. It's like you know how you got the speed pedometer on the car and all the little dials that tell you, hey, you need to check your engine. Hey, you ain't got no gas right now. This and that. That's how I look at the solar plexus, because that's also titled. You know how you about to go on an interview, you get the butterfly feeling, that little uneasy, like I don't know, I'm kind of nervous. That's all right there. That's all right there. So when you kind of line it in with spirit, you can feel like when you off. Because if you off, spirit is off. Because it's all one. That's you. You know what I'm saying? So when we take that time out to just like What's going on with myself? You gonna get the answer. That's the thing about we ain't doing enough because we don't want to do that. We don't want to do the most bare minimum of, all right, let me kick back and forth off and put this shit together with spirit. What is spirit talking to me about? We run around ignoring that. Then when you find out, spirit says spirit is unhappy. It ain't cool with what you're doing right now. You could be doing more. And that ties back into what I was saying earlier. We ain't just cool with existing no more. See what I'm saying? To wake up, go to work, come on, that's just existing. Because and what friend does it build your building blocks? So going and clocking into the employer, right? And coming back home, how does that build your castle? Other than keep a light on and a roof over your head. See, now we gotta think outside of ourselves. So I'm not asking motherfucker to think. I'm not asking somebody to think small brained or think pea brain. No, think big. Like, how is that building your castle? It's not. See, so when you tap in the spirit will let you know if, hey man, you here for a bigger purpose, man. This ain't it. A lot of people are so lost with their spirit, right, that they don't have that gauge. So when you come around with that type of energy, it'll throw somebody else off because everybody else is comfortable with their situation. That's the thing. They're so comfortable that they don't want to be shooken up. If you get what I'm trying to say, they don't want you coming back around this motherfucker changing the narrative or sparking that question because they've been running from that question. Spirit been trying to have them sit back and say, bitch, this ain't it right now. Even for the women, bitch, slow down. This ain't it. Like, but they busy. Yeah, that's the difference between existing. There's a big difference between existing and living. And honestly, I had this conversation with moms yesterday, right? And we spoke deep. Now, my mom's very, she got a lot of accolades and a lot of things. But when I had to give my mom her flowers yesterday, she does real estate, paralegal. She got her little notary on the side. You know what I'm saying? And she works for the government for a post office. Governmental agency, right? Post office. But when my mom told me a story of when she first got her post office job, it was years ago, that was out of hope and despair. Like, man, ain't nothing panning out. Let me fill all these applications. And the post office was the last thing on the table. And years later, she's still there. But giving her flowers saying, look how you still at the post office, but you ain't just existing on the post office. You still doing your real estate shit. You still finding energy to go in. Let me see about these foreclosed houses. Let me see if I can put some on the market. You feel me? Think about it. Feel what I'm saying? That's the difference right there. It's like we could do more than when we just come home. But when you come around and you shaking up the room, people don't want to hear that because they've been running from that. They've been running from asking themselves the realest questions. A lot of people don't want to put that extra effort. And then it all goes down to the, if y'all don't know if y'all seen this live that I did per a couple days ago, but it's tapping into your power book. That lies in with tapping into your power book because we got reserve energy power. See, when we do these things, the vibration raises to where we get more extra energy. And what that does is it's a vibration. So it vibrates to bring people to you. You got to keep going. See, stagnancy. A lot of times, stagnancy be the be the death of your movement. Because you know how some people have the hot flame, right? And then eventually you see they flame pan out. Flame starts subsiding because what? They stop putting the energy. They failed a test or two that came upon their road. Think about it. We have examples from family and we have examples from these superstars that be all up on these TVs. How many people we did? How many people stopped? Look at I can make a prime example. Look at AB, Antonio Brown, prime example. He probably got a lot of shit going on background behind the scenes spiritually that throw him all the way off. Because anybody else like, hey man, you get into a bag. What's with all the outbursts? And what's with all the, what's with all the antics and why you doing manic shit? Because we don't know what's going on in here. See, a lot of people be having these inner demons that they ain't dealing with. And then they fail a test or two and it brings them right back down to regular level. How many times you probably was like, man, I was damn near there. I was this close to snatching the bag. Because we gotta stop. We gotta slow down. And then we gotta honor our falling. And then we gotta honor ourselves to say, you know what? Hey King, you've been moving right. I appreciate you, Spirit. Thank you for leading the way. We have to sometimes stop and say these small tokens of appreciation. Then you know what I'm saying? We have to stop and do these positive affirmations. I know for me when I stop waking up doing my affirmations, shit was kind of like shaky for me. Because energy was gone. Because life showed up at my doorstep, king like this, and I didn't know what to do with myself. I'm like, damn, I'm fuck. Then I started to question my spiritual life. I started to question, man, is my music gonna hit? What it is? But then I had to be honest with spirit. Like, what are some things that I was lacking? What's some shit that I wasn't doing? What were some things that I had stopped doing? You feel me? Sometimes we stop doing what works, and that's what throws us off. Because we stop doing what works. You stop doing what works. You go around these frequencies that don't complement yours. See, that's how when you know what I'm saying. You get what I mean. You know how if you vibrating high, that sends out a vibration. You attract that. You send it out. It comes your way, and that's the network in the area. What you're doing, you networking with other people that's high vibrational. So like that goes back to what I said when you how you can congregate with somebody, and when you feel a little down or you need to get it off, someone on your high vibration or frequency can lift up your spirits back to the level where you at, because they're gonna come right. They're gonna say the things right that you need to hear because they're on your vibration. You know what I'm saying? Opposed to you going through life and you come around a homie, hey, what's up, my nigga? All he gonna tell you is, here, hit this blunt, my nigga. Drink this bottle. You wasn't trying to hit no blunt, really. You wasn't trying to hit the bottle. You came for the word. You ever been through something and you called somebody and you wasn't getting what you needed, you just hung up, or it made you that much more depressed? We all done been through it. As you elevate and life starts showing up in certain ways, you know right who to call now. You ain't calling Joe Blow no more. I probably only have 3 people on my phone that nigga when life is dear. Nigga, for sure, mama. Nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? I called mom last night. We was talking because that's what made me do this live. Because I'm like, hold on, existing ain't cool. And I told my mom, I said, you know what? It's fucking me up because I know a nigga here for just more than to exist. See what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if I was making $24 an hour, nigga, at somebody gig. And I'm only doing, hey, y'all, I'm doing 8 to 10 hours of shit. Yeah, I can be happy about making that 24. But in my mind, I'm still going to always know the truth. Nigga, you here not to just be slave to the corporation. See what I'm saying? So it's more than just going to work. We still have to put our work outside of that. And that's when it's tapping into the power book. If you ain't tapping to the power book, it goes back to what I titled this. You ain't doing enough. Are you doing enough? So question, are you doing enough? When you can honestly tell spirit, man, I ain't doing enough. And then you can ask spirit, hey spirit, what are some other things I could do? That's when you have to stay on your frequency. Because your answer can come through a radio song. It can come through a song on the radio. You could be scrolling down the timeline on your Instagram or on your Facebook. You could be here on YouTube. It could be one word. But it'd be so divine that right at that moment, that one word locked in with you. Like, that's what I got to do. It's things we ain't doing. Because we have to mind for it. Feel me? All they teaching us is, go to school then. If you want a higher paying job, go to school. If you want to keep your bills paid, go to work. Outside of that, what is they ain't teaching you? They ain't teaching you nothing about what's your purpose. They're not teaching you how to find your passion. They're not teaching you to water your grass. And when you water your grass, you bear your fruits over time. It's a numbers game. Think about it, right? Hear me out. Think about it here. Think about it. For people that don't know their purpose, people that don't have a passion, it's people out here that's not like me and you and me. It's people that's really lost that don't know what to do. They don't have it like, they know they like music, or somebody know they like to cook, but they don't know what the fuck to do, right? The people that's going to work and come home, it's a lot of people that don't know what to do, right? Hear me out. Why I say it's a numbers game, because the more shit you fall into, the more shit you do, some gotta stick. How many people, think about it, all these rich people? No, they not. But here's the thing, the rich is teaching how the rich to live. People that was born into money, they getting taught how to live. Because I said this in one of my lives. We breeding slaves. If we ain't getting to a bag, you just breeding slaves. If you're not getting to a bag, you just breeding a slave. So these children, right, that are offsprings of the bag, they got the bag to discover what I'm talking about. When I say just try shit, something got to stick, right, numbers game, well, they got the big bag, so they can do this. Oh, I want to try fencing. Oh, I didn't like fencing. Mommy and daddy paid for fencing classes. There was like 20 grand a year, and I didn't like it. Now mama got me doing tennis. I didn't like that either. So my mama paid for a golf instructor. I didn't like that. My school had water polo. That wasn't my thing. So I said, fuck it. Equestrian. Let me try equestrian. Do you know how much it costs, nigga? You know you come from a bag, nigga. If you go up, nigga, equestrian, you know how you see them kids, 12, 13, and them not racing, but the horses that jump over all the little shit. That costs bread to get involved in that at a young age, too. You got people that they come for some money, my nigga. So what I'm saying is, a lot of us know we didn't have them opportunities to where we can finally find some. Oh, this is my shit, right? So it takes for us to do our own work. So we have to do our own numbers game. All right, I didn't come from this money, so you have to tap in, and that's what it's probably a bad and a good to it when it says, look at the timeline we in now. Timeline we in now. You can literally go on YouTube and find a channel. What you want? I want to learn to cook. Fuck it. Even I want to see a black person cook. Probably. Oh, I want to see this woman cook. You can tap into their channel and you say, you know what? Let me start learning to cook. Or you got people that say, you know what? I wanted to get into cars. 50 to 100K. That's a bag, brother. That's a bag. I'm already knowing. Man, look. I'm already knowing, my ninja. Like 50 to 100,000 easy. Think about that. But think how much this money get burnt. Think when you see these movies and you see these parents, right? That kids come from their bag, and the parent finally got to hit them with the all this discovering purpose and passion. You ain't found shit yet. I gotta cut you off. We all see them type of movies. They in their early 20s. Parents finally are tired of funding their shit. Like, I've been funding your shit since you was 8 years old. Now you like 23, 24. You feel me? You done dropped out of Harvard or Yale. One of the, I'm gonna say these prestigious Ivy League schools. They done dropped out. They running up the parent. The parents got unlimited bag, but let's see, because when they show these movies, they showing you only see where we fuck up at is we watch these movies as entertainment. We ain't trying to see the hidden message behind the shit, so we lose sight of all that. They showing you that's what really. How you think somebody thought to write the shit up as a script? It goes on in real life. They come from a bag. They still fucking up. Now they 23, 24. Still ain't found they shit. Daddy hit them. Mama hit them. It's over. They trying to get another extra 100K, like you say, another extra 100. And daddy finally hit them with the, man, I'm going to have to, that Amex, I have to take that. Like, you're going to have to get it together. That's the only part I seen in that type of time is where, then when I come from a bag, is trying to really like give them a lesson. Like, hold on. Yeah, we might have came from a bag, but then we flipped the bag and now we got our own bag. And you just trying to run, you know what I'm saying? You just trying to take the generational wealth bag and run it up. Right? But not make you do cartwheels and flips. What about those that ain't came from the running it up? When we ain't come from that. And you gotta go, like, you can do it. You can achieve it. You can see it. It starts with visioning it. It starts with checking your language. Hear me out. Yesterday, probably for the past couple of days, I've been noticing my frequency. I've been noticing, like, and I catch myself if I say something, because, you know, English is spelling. So a lot of times we got to catch it so we ain't casting no spells on ourselves, right? That I can't. What I'm doing now is I'm taking the word trying out of my vocabulary. I don't know if y'all still use trying, but I've been so living in the moment consciously that anytime I try, I get that out the vocabulary. I replace it with the word trying, like we doing over here. Because trying is a curse. It's like, to me, I look at it as you keep saying you trying. Like, what trying? You trying, it's going to only stay at trying. Just you doing. You're doing all that you can at the moment. So to me, that's a better replacement for saying trying. I say, man, I'm doing all I can at the moment. And that's positive. Because it keeps you going. Trying is like, you trying, my nigga. You cool, you tried. But doing all that you can is different, because that means you tapping into that unlimited power source. When we realize who we are, we raise our vibration. When you start setting the positive routines and patterns for yourself, look how your frequency raises. I'm going to be honest. See, getting up and going to work, I'm trying to tell you, see, so that lets you know this some real shit. You said your mom be saying the same. Shout out to Last King. You said your mom be saying the same. Look at that. That lets you know that this is divine. You know, that's confirmation. That's confirmation. That's confirmation. You have to, see, I have positive examples. Like, I used to bring my background of where I'm from and how I grew up and where I was raised, right? On everything. I used to blame that on my life situation. But then I got examples of people that came from my same block that didn't get into the gangbanging, people that grew up with me that I went to school with that's having a bag. So then it goes to say, well, shit, it's not all about where you from, it's about you tapping in. Because how many people you know, right, that came from your same area but tapped in and got to it? And how many that came from your same area that didn't tap in, that didn't get to it? So it's not all about based on where a motherfucker from when you really think about it. Like, yes, that has a little bit to do with it. But some people you know what I mean? Some people persevered through the background and being, coming from a background that wasn't privileged, coming from, you know what I'm saying, those inner city communities that didn't have it. People persevered through that. Some didn't persevere through. Feel what I'm saying? And I have to look at, oh, they got us. They make us make excuses. These people went and got a bag. I got a friend right now that I got a childhood friend that I grew up with. He it's not my thing. I wouldn't get on the highway and do it, but he drive the diesels. And he making good money. And I was like, man, more power to you. Because you have to really sit back and do the time. You have to put the work into that. You have to sacrifice time to learn that and get on the road. You feel me? And I'm like, man, congratulations. And he's driving diesels right now, one of my childhood buddies. And I was like, man, I commend you. It's not my thing. I wouldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Not saying that I can't. It's not me. See, I know spirit. That ain't in what I'm doing. But for somebody that said, you know what, I need to make a little extra. Because if you driving trucks, think about how there's people buying houses off being truck drivers, right? They get into a bag. And then, yeah, I can admit, if you're making truck driver money and you got unlimited ideas, that could tap you into some wealth. Because now you know what I'm saying, you're doing right with your money. So yeah, it's like it goes back to sacrificing. They want us to be stagnant. Think about it. I said something about breeding slaves earlier, and I said this in another line because it's on a higher level. It's like, if you're not in the financial space, you don't got no bag, right? But we having all these children, right? And you don't even got college money saved up, at least something like for your children, right? We only bred slaves for the system. Because your best advice you're going to give your child is, well, I hope you can get you at least a $20 an hour job. Like, we in a time frame where if your son or daughter making at least $15 to $20 an hour, you cool with that for them. That's okay. But then people get stagnant and stuck in that. You feel me? Like, oh, I'm cool. And you them got comfortable. Next thing you know, 3 years later, you at the same $20 an hour job. But what happened to the goal? What happened to the visions? What happened to the big plays? What happened to I'm on these trips and I'm about to be on these cruises? And all you doing is existing. Because I bet you, if you peel back them layers and get to the core of your being, I bet you spirit ain't just satisfied with going to that $20 an hour job. I bet you. And then a lot of people ain't even making enough to put aside for their little passions. A lot of aspiring up becoming rappers and singers, but because they making so little, they like, shit, how can I even take a fraction of this to go buy me some studio time, to give me a camera, to give me equipment? You got somebody right now that want to be a photographer, but they probably can't afford that $1,000 camera right now because landlord whooping their feet. Then they so tired that they can't do the overtime that they want to do. Then a lot of people's just parents. So now they really like, damn, you got bills on top of raising children. So you got to come home, pay the bills, then you got to buy new school clothes, keep food in that motherfucker. Then this is how people get depressed. Because they looking at all that, then they come back, lay back on their bed, and they like, fuck, it wasn't supposed to be like this. I bet you I'm sharing somebody's story right now. Somebody right now around this motherfucking globe right now, that's their story right now. Right now. They had dreams and aspirations till they got caught in the cycle of bullshit. Till they got caught in the matrix. Right now I'm sharing somebody's story because somebody had shared that same story till they got caught in the bullshit matrix. So they got caught in the bullshit. Think about it. And then you get so caught in that to where you lose sight of the frequency. For real. A lot of people done gave up like, fuck it. See, when I see people, I know when people give up because they think that their situation, that's all it is and that this will ever be. No, it's what you make of it. It's how you come up out of it. See, so that goes back into, are you even doing a motherfucker enough? Because when you start getting back to positive routines and patterns, you're going to raise your vibration. I'm telling you. Think about them people that's waking up 2 hours early ahead of work so they can bust down and work out, get their body all the way snatched, get the chest, get the pack going. Think about those people that told themselves they're not going to eat past a certain time because they're trying to get back right. So now that requires discipline. Think about it. You have to earn the discipline. I remember at one point in time in my life, I remember like this is when I was like, I mean, I still work out here and there, but when I had a strict regimen, I would not eat past 7. I was watching my carbohydrates. If I did eat past 7, it was like a fruit or apple, my ninja. You feel me? Something like that. But I noticed how my frequency was different. I was wake, then I would be up by 4:30, 5 o'clock. By 6 o'clock, I was busting down. By 8, work time, let's go get a bag. You feel me? And the program was like consistently. A lot of waters, no sodas, juices here and there. I know that frequency, it hit different. I'm like, it was hitting different towards the body, towards my mind, towards my spirit. I wasn't entertaining bozos. And then when you're on that frequency, it hit different because you don't even, it's not that, it's like you bypass a bozo, like you just don't see them. You're on a whole nother wave. They don't even get your energy. You got your stride. You feel me? You wouldn't even argue with a bitch because you ain't even finna get my arguments. You're not even worth an argument. I got better shit to do. See? And as you raised up, you start noticing, I don't gotta explain myself to a motherfucker. I'm getting to it. I feel good. That's when you have time for little bullshit. You're putting so much time into yourself. If you got children too, it's really a right because you putting time and energy towards your household and your children, and you still making time for spirit. And we in a timeline where a lot of people don't feel satisfied, and they ain't making time for spirit. You know how many people have called me in the energy of depression and the energy of, man, I'm damn near about to like get this shit up, man. I don't know. A lot of men and women that call me be married too got a family, so it's more pertinent that, hold on, sis, let me get you back right, let me get you together, man, get it off your chest. So I always understood that, okay, my cause is different. I have to make sure I'm always energetically right because people need the game, people need the wisdom, people need the word. There's people out here that need to be uplifted. You know, if I can be transparent with y'all and be like, man, I was down too, man. I've been down on my dick for a minute. It was ugly. And come back and be on live and let the fam and let the soul fam know and let the fans know, hey, man, you ain't the only one going through something. See, a lot of these, like, I'm an artist too, but a lot of these artists, man, they got us under, not us, I ain't in that illusion. They got y'all under illusion. See? They only come on here when it's all good. You don't see people come on here when it's bad. You don't see people coming on here being transparent with their platform. You know what I'm saying? With their brand, because it's all about my brand. So, no, we want transparency. Let us know when it's ugly. See, they only come on here when they got the ticket. They only come on here when they got their bag. Truckers be getting to the bag all the day. Truckers stay. Who was VORED? I don't know what the fuck that is, but I don't know what that is. But we gonna keep going. You feel me? But they only, on the real talk, like, they only come on here when they up, when they on, when it's all good. And then a lot of that should be an illusion. Because then you find out that same celebrity was depressed, was going through some shit. Home life fucked up. But they come on live and you see the blicky and all that. Illusion. That's why transparency is key. Feel me? Gotta be able to keep it real. So me personally, it's like, I want to be able to be here whether my days is up or whether I'm down, for people can get the real. Because a lot of that time people need to share that real energy. You know what I'm saying? To where you can come together and see, hey, because you might have something that you was going through that's like, it felt like it's synchronized because it might be some similar shit I'm going through. And we come with a solution. We come together. Hey, brother, that's confirmation. Maybe I need to get back working out. Maybe I need to start back watching my eating habits. Hey, maybe I need to discipline my finances. See, are you doing enough? It goes right back to, are you doing enough? If you really tap in with spirit, we know when we lacking on some shit. Man, what? Think about it, man. How many overdoses we have from celebrities? And I'm not just talking about rappers. You know, every from entertainers. Period. Let's just say entertainers. In the last 2-3 years, there's been a lot of overdoses. People be stressing and struggling. That lets you know it's more to it than just a bag. A lot of these niggas get a bag. A lot of these women get a bag, and it fuck them up more. They go deeper down the abyss of the rabbit hole. Feel me? So I always thought like, oh, okay, the universe know it's a bag out there for me, but they want me in the right spiritual, so that when I get it, I won't be one of them. That it just shit came so fast that now I'm depressed and I'm popping all these pills and smoking and doing all these things. Come on, man. Think about it. Think about the people with a story to tell that you know of, right? That came from humble beginnings, that got to a bag, right? And now they doing right with the bag, and it's doing cartwheels and flips. And at the same time, they giving back to the universe. So it's coming back triple fold, and they feeling good because they're doing all the things to stay balanced. See, it's the other side that the shit came too fast for them out of nowhere, and they didn't have no pieces set up. They didn't have the right people in their corners, right? They didn't have no health healing practitioners. They didn't have no spiritual guru like me or a big sis like the hood healer and all them to get some words of wisdom from. They didn't have people in their circle they can call. All they had was the users, the abusers, and the money hungry family members that's always gimme, 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 gimme. All that is a vicious cold concoction to be fuck them. On top of that, which whatever your brand is, and people just clawing for your attention. Come on now. It's the other side when you can come in the game with these tools. See, when you mentally and spiritually sharp, those are our tools we can use to get us a bag, because it's the universe saying, look, it's a bag out here for you. A lot of people can work and get to a bag still. All these side like I'm learning about NFTs. I got a couple stocks off the stash. Download the app Stash. I got some stock in Costco. Like I'm learning these different things. These shit that people ain't taught me, that I wasn't taught when I was a kid. But I know that if you have no choice but to work right now for the system, you can still figure out other side revenue streams, man, to elevate your bag, to get you in a comfortable space financially so you can do other things. You feel me? It's a lot of times you have ideas, but you're discouraged because you think you don't got the financial. That's your fear right there. That's what's stopping your bag. Just because you see your bank account, you see your pocketbook, and you automatically think it can't be achievable. You already self-defeated yourself right there. That's self-defeating. It's bigger than the bag. There's still shit you can do. I used to tell myself I'm not gonna go on YouTube and go live because I ain't got the mic, I ain't got the podcast, I ain't got 100,000 subscribers yet. Because I will have over 2 million subscribers. Guarantee you they gonna tap in. And see how you gotta be positive? I still came to get a word. It used to be, oh man, I ain't got no tree right now. I don't want to go live. Like, man, I'm chilling, coffee, and a good word. You feel me? No excuses. We have to get to it. See, I know that because I asked myself, I knew I wasn't doing enough. We do more complaining than we doing enough. We got to stop complaining and get to it. Fuck complaining. You complain so much that you can't even hear spirit tell you the small shit you got to do to get to it. Because we want to complain and we watching other bags. That's why I ain't been on my timeline in a minute, because I know some of that shit can depress your ass if you ain't getting to it or ain't trying to get to it. And you just seeing all these people, and that's an illusion to make you feel bad about yourself. No, fuck that. Tap into you. It's about centering yourself. People don't want to center themselves. They don't want to slow down to get the message. A lot of times, your spirit trying to give you your own motherfucking message. So if we slow down, we can hear spirit talk to us. Hey, man, take a walk today. Hey, man, wake up a little early. Hey, man, go here, hit that corner, man. Call your mom. You ain't talked to her in 2 days. You feel me? See what Big Uncle on. Scroll your timeline on some spiritual shit. And take a walk after you eat. Maybe you should get you a gym membership. Think about those bursts of like here and there when you just have a sprinkle of a positive thought here and there. Like, start back working out. Eat this today. Check that. A lot of times, them type of thoughts go unnoticed. That be spirit talking to you in little spurts, but it go unnoticed. Until you reach a platform like mine or somebody that's similar, and something is said, and you be like, oh, confirmation. Damn, I know I was supposed to work out yesterday. Spirit told me to start getting up. See, you tapping in. That's when this shit come divine. It's like, oh. And then when you start doing it on a regular, that's when you notice, I'm tapped in. Then you can say you really tapped in. Because you start to hear that calling. You starting to doing things that make you feel good. You know what I'm saying? So now you go from being you know how you can wake up feeling good but dread having to go to work? Like you appreciate it, but you're like, fuck, I gotta go here. Fuck. You can get to a space where you're like, yep, finna go get the bag. I'm happy. Come home still happy, even though you whooped and worn out from work. But you come home still happy on that frequency. All right, baby, I'll be back. I'm finna go to the gym for an hour. You still doing these things to elevate you, your mind, body, and spirit. Because the one thing the Bible was right about is this is the temple. So your acre, so your farmland is this. Look at it like that. This is the temple, right? But this is your farmland. This is your city. This is your vehicle. How are you treating it? What are you? I'm a Rolls Royce or something. I'm a Wraith. How am I treating the Wraith? Is I'm putting 87 in my Wraith? Is I'm dogging the Wraith out and hitting all these corners? So that means is I'm staying up late, too late? Is I'm out here partying and dogging my Wraith out? Am I balancing myself and centering myself? You feel me? Do I even go deep with myself? Do I ask myself these questions? Come on now, that's what it is. That's what, are you dogging the Wraith out? Are you a Wraith? What are you doing to promote strength and wellness with yourself? These are the shits that we got to do. Come on now. Because y'all be in situations where y'all taught to not to ask yourself these questions. Or you go somewhere and they make you feel down about bringing some shit up because it was on your mind because you was 100 with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. We have to get back to doing. We have to get back to a space of doing. We got to get back to doing. Don't be scared to tell yourself if you're not doing enough. If you're not doing enough, you're not doing enough. And what are some things that you can do? We got to start somewhere. If you're not doing enough, ask yourself, are you doing enough? And if you're not doing enough, what are some things that you can do? We got to get back to a space of doing, not just existing. And with that, I'm going to end with 100 flows up. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to the video. Make sure you share the video. Make sure you hit that bell button for the notifications so that you don't miss anything I drop. And make sure you stay tapped in. It's always love and light. 100 flows up, better man. There's only one way. The only way is up, not up, going up. The only way is up, not up, going up. The only way is up, not up, going up. There's only one way. I've been all by the line, only bad bitch with me. I had to cut some out the circle that was fraudulent. I'm a superstar, soon past the stars. I'm a beast. Now it's National Steakhouse when I'm out deep. I'm 100 floors up, where's your penthouse key? Lean over my grip and I put 50 on your feet. Swiping the right cards, cause you know it's all on me. Took you to some places that you never thought you'd see. Bought a Birkin bag for you with my sweater by Celine. LA on Tangery and my paddock submarine. They roll out the red carpet when we pull up on the scene. I'm married for my dinner, every time it's all fun. The only way is up, that's up, I'm going up. The only way is up, that's up, that's up. The only way is up, that's up, I'm going up. There's only one way. The only way is up, not up, I'm going up. The only way is up, not up, I'm going up. The only way is up, not up, I'm going up. There's only one way. Took you out that Honda and put you in the truck. Fuck you in my jewelry, girl, you know I'm rich. I'm riding with the stick. My parents got his pocket punch. Chanel for your trip. Over here we live it up. Running through blue.